guys, and welcome back to Day to Day Christians. What is good and what is evil? Let's find out. Let's jump straight back into where we left off. So what we can see in Genesis is we can see what God said was good. Everything that he created in the 7 days, he said was good. And when he created us, human beings, he said that was very good. So we can see that God's creations are good. God's works are good. In fact, the first time we see anything in the Bible being not good is when it talks about in chapter 2 verses 18 that it's not good for man to be alone. And that brings about the creation of Eve, the ultimate companion and helper for Adam, which is definitely very good as well. So we have the establishment of what is good in the beginning of the Bible in Genesis. And then we say, where did sin come from in Genesis? We had the tree of knowledge, but sin hadn't existed on the world yet. So the tree wasn't sin in itself, but from the disobedience of Adam and Eve, from going against the first and only commandment that God had given them, to not eat from the tree of knowledge, was the first act of sin. And then them eating from the tree, introducing sin into the world, was when sin was allowed free reign. And then we can ask ourselves, what was the initial effect of sin on the earth? And it was with Adam and Eve having the knowledge of their nakedness and feeling shame from it. So they gained knowledge of, and they were able to perceive what they, in their own eyes, was good and bad. And they saw themselves being naked, and it brought shame upon themselves, and they immediately tried to cover themselves up. So shame and the knowledge of their own perception of what is good is what was first the effect of sin. So what is sin? Well, we'll have to go into that deeper in another video, but to summarize, sin, so far we can see here, is the absence of God. He gave them a commandment and they went against his commandment, and they gained the knowledge, and the knowledge was wisdom not from God. It was them allowing to see through their own eyes for what they perceived was good. And so it's an absence, it's a divide from God. That's what sin is, but we'll go into more detail in another video. So is all sin evil? To that question I would say, if it is without God, then what else could it be? For God is all good, and all good comes from God, which is what we've established in the first opening pages in Genesis through the creation. And then lastly, I would say, can we identify what is good and evil? And I would say yes, absolutely. Already in just the first 2 pages in the Bible, we can have an understanding for what God has shown us through morality and through the written word for what good and evil is. And that morality is actually one of the strong arguments for the existence of God. That innate within us is a strong morality, a strong sense of what is good and evil before even reading the Bible. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're going to leave it there. We're going to get into more detail in the next video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. God bless you.